यशोदानन्दन ब्रजजनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन ब्रजजनरञ्जन यमुनातीरात् फलचारी यमुनातीरात् फलचारी
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
भक्तदान संस्कृत की है एवं शुभाकरण स्वजगाचार्य की जय रामाचार्य शहदास ठाकुर की जय हम कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड की जय गोपीनाथ धाम की जय गौतम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथ धाम की जय द्वारका प्रयाग की जय तुलसी महारानी की जय भक्त देवी की जय कलयुग में नाम संकीर्तन हरि की जय जय श्री कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय गौर हरि 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 all glories of Samuel Jyoti Hare Krishna, all glories of Samuel Jyoti Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
all glories of Samuel Jyoti
Hare Krishna
all glories Shri Ram, all glories Shri Rupa ki jai. So first we will recite the shloka. So today we are discussing text number 2 of chapter number 2. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Kastva Kasmalam Vidam
Kutastva Kashmalam Idam
Visame Samupasthitam
Vishame Samupasthitam
Marajishtam Asargyam
Anaryajustham Asvargyam
Kirti Karamarjuna
Akirti Karamarjuna
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Kastva Kasmalam Vidam
Kutastva Kashmalamidam
Visame Samupasthitam
Vishame Samupasthitam
Marajishtam Asargyam
Anaryajustham Asvargyam
Akirti Karamarjuna.
Akirti Karamarjuna
Can recite
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Kutastva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupasthitam Anaryajustham Asvargyam
Marjustam asvargyam
akirtikaram Arjuna.
karam Arjuna. So word to mind meaning, translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Sri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Word meaning. Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
Taha,
Kutaha, where from?
Tva,
Tva,
to you.
unto you.
Kasmalam,
Kashmalam,
dirtiness.
dirtiness.
Idam,
Idam,
this lamentation.
this lamentation.
Same,
Shame,
in this hour of crisis.
in this hour of crisis.
Upastitam,
Samupasthitam,
arrived.
arrived.
Narya,
Anarya,
persons who don't know
persons who don't know
value of life.
the value of life.
Justum,
Justham,
practiced by
practiced by
Aswargyam,
Asvargyam,
which does not lead to higher planets.
which does not lead to higher planets.
Akirti,
Akirti,
infamy.
infamy.
Karam,
Param,
cause of.
the cause of.
No,
Arjuna,
no.
O Arjuna.
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
my dear Arjuna,
my dear Arjuna,
how have these impurities come upon you?
how have these impurities come upon you?
They are not at all befitting a man
They are not at all befitting a man
who knows the values of life.
who knows the values of life.
They lead not to higher planets,
They lead not to higher planets,
but to infamy.
but to infamy.
Purport. So this is the first verse in which Krishna actually started speaking. So Prabhupada elaborately explained the word Sri Bhagavan, and so this is a very lengthy purport. Almost 2 pages or 3 pages purport is there. So first we will read purport, then we will discuss. So read here carefully. It's very important. Krishna and the Supreme Personality of Godhead are identical. Therefore, Lord Krishna is referred to as Bhagavan throughout the Gita. Bhagavan is the ultimate in the absolute truth. Absolute truth is realized in 3 phases of understanding, namely Brahma, or the impersonal, all-pervasive spirit, Paramatma, or the localized aspect of the Supreme within the heart of all living entities, and Bhagavan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Paramatma, or the localized aspect of the Supreme within the heart of all living entities, and Bhagavan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. In the Shrimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11, this conception of absolute truth is explained thus: Vadanti tattvavidah tattvam yadi jnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti sabdyate. The absolute truth is light in 3 phases of understanding by the knower of the absolute truth, and all of them are identical. Such phases of the absolute truth are expressed as Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. These 3 divine aspects can be explained by the example of the sun, which also has 3 different aspects, namely the sun sign, the sun's surface, and the sun planet itself. One who studies the sun sign only is the preliminary student. One who understands the sun's surface is further advanced, and one who can enter into the sun planet is the highest. ordinary students who are satisfied by simple understanding the sunshine, its universal pervasiveness, and the glaring effulgence of its impersonal nature may be compared to those who can realize only the Brahma feature of the absolute truth. The student who has advanced still further can know the sun disk, which is compared to knowledge of the Paramatma feature of the absolute truth. And the student who can enter into the heart of the sun planet is compared to those who realize the personal feature of this supreme absolute truth. Therefore, the bhaktas, the transcendentalists who have realized the Bhagavan feature of the absolute truth, are the topmost transcendentalists. Although all students who are engaged in the study of absolute truth are engaged in the same subject matter. The sunshine, the sun disk, and the inner affairs of the sun planet cannot be separated from one another. And yet, the student of three different planet phases are not in the same category. The Sanskrit word Bhagavan is explained by the great authority Parasar Muni, the father of Vyasadeva, the supreme personality who possesses all riches, all strength, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation is called Bhagavan. There are many persons who are very rich, very powerful, very beautiful, very famous, very learned, and very much detached, but no one can claim that he possesses all riches, all strength, etc. entirely. Only Krishna can claim this because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No living entity, including Brahma, Lord Shiva, or Narayan, can possess opulences as fully as Krishna. Therefore, it is concluded in the Brahma Samhita by Lord Brahma himself that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No one is equal to or above him. He is the primeval Lord or Bhagavan known as Govinda, and he is the supreme cause of all causes. Ishwaraha Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govindam Sarvakarana Karanam. There are many personalities possessing the qualities of Bhagavan, but Krishna is the supreme because none can excel him. He is the supreme person, and his body is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. He is the primeval Lord Govinda and cause of all causes. From Sita 5.1. In the Bhagavatam also there is a list of many incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but Krishna is described as the original Personality of Godhead, from whom many incarnations and Personality of Godhead expands. Iti chanskala punsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indra Vyaklam Lokam Mradanti Yuge Yuge. All the list of the incarnation of the Godhead submitted herewith are either plenary expansion or part of the plenary expansion of the Supreme Lord, Supreme Godhead. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Shrimad Bhagavatam 1.3.28. Therefore, Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute truth, the source of both the Supreme Soul and the impersonal Brahma. In the presence of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna's lamentation for his kinsman is certainly unbecoming, and therefore Krishna expressed his surprise with the word Kutaha, wherefrom such impurities were never expected from a person belonging to the civilized class of a man known as Aryans. The word Aryan is applicable to a person who knows the value of life and have a civilization based on the spiritual realization. Persons who are led by the material conception of life do not know that the aim of life is realization of the absolute truth, Vishnu or Bhagavan. And they are captivated by the external features of the material world, and therefore they don't know what liberation is. Persons who have no knowledge of the liberation from material bondage are called non-Aryans. Although Arjuna was a Kshatriya, he was deviating from his prescribed duties by declining to fight. This act of cowardice is described as befitting the non-Aryans. Such deviation from the duty does not help one in progress of the spiritual life, nor does it even give one the opportunity to become famous in this world. Lord Krishna did not approve of the so-called compassion of Arjuna for his kinsman. चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं ददाति सपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता सुखसाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृष्णानुस्ते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् एकं शास्त्रं देवकीपुत्रगीतम् एको देवो देवकीपुत्र एव एको मन्त्रः तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा Hare Krishna. So today we are discussing second shloka, text number 2 of chapter number 2, 2.2. So this shloka is the first shloka actually spoken by Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself. That's why it's written by Vyasadeva that Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Before this shloka, Krishna said in first chapter that behold these crews, army of crews, Vishnu throne. He take the chariot of Arjuna between both armies, and then he said, just behold these crews. Now you can see there are Vishnu, Drone and many others. Now you see, you want to see whoever assembled in fighting. So fighting for this battlefield of Kurukshetra. So now you can see. But that shloka is actually uh, only one part, little instruction. But actually, from this shloka, Krishna started speaking. And in the second shloka and third shloka, both, he is explaining, he is not explaining the great knowledge, but he shows his uh, amazement, astonishment. He is very he did not expect from Arjuna such things. Because Arjuna was a great warrior, he have really Kshatriya. So from a real Kshatriya, this kind of thing is unexpected. But Arjuna is showing many symptoms of anarya. So in this word, Krishna said, anarya justam asvargyam akirtikaram Arjuna. Krishna does not recommend his so-called compassion. He did not want from Arjuna that he will do like this. So he is showing his astonishment by saying, Kutastva kasmalamidam visme samupasthitam. This type of, how this dirtiness comes in your mind. You are great person, you are related to great kingdom. Kuru once, Kuru was a great king. He was also a great devotee. There are many others, other king comes in the dynasty of Arjuna, Bharat Maharaj. King Bharat, he was also a great king. Many others. So, Bhishma Pitamaha was also a great person, Mahajan. So, Krishna is showing his astonishment by saying the Kutastva Kasmalamidam. Because you are my personal associate. So how can this type of dirtiness comes in your mind? This is not expected from a person who knows the value of life. So the word Arya, Prabhupada explains that Arya is used for the persons who knows the real value of the life. This human life is very rare, and this is actually for spiritual realization. Who did not able to recognize it is actually wasting his life. So that is called anarya. So Krishna used the word anarya for Arjuna. Well, this is for anarya, but you are not anarya, you are arya, Aryaputra. Sometimes he is addressed as Aryaputra. So Arjuna is a great personality. He should know the value of life. And he actually know value of life, but still he is saying like this due to compassion. So Krishna not recommend this type of compassion for his own relatives or kinsmen. If someone is in fault, he should be punished. If whether he may be grandfather, father, or guru or other teacher, whatever relation we have, but if someone is really doing wrong, he should get proper punishment. And it's really beneficial for that person also. Sometimes it seems that if someone is punished, uh, he is very inconvenient for that punishment. But if one get the proper punishment for his wrong work, his misdeeds, then his intelligence or his mind become controlled, and he get a proper impression that this type of things should not be done again. But if someone does not get any type of punishment for his misdeeds, then he get motivation for that type of work. So Krishna had made a proper system in this nature that everyone get equal and opposite reaction according to his activities. And that is the control of Supreme Lord. All persons are under control of this nature, and nature's law is that every person has to suffer or he have to enjoy his result of work. What type of activity one will do, that type of result is sure to get. You have learned many stories about this. That if someone sow a seed, particular type of seed, then he will get that type of tree and that type of fruit only. If someone sow a seed of bull, so he will get only some thorny branch. So many type of thorns will get, but he cannot say that I have made plant a tree and now I am not getting any type of fruits, no mango, no apple, nothing I will get, because he has shown a seed of thorny tree, some type of different type of tree. So he will get that type of result. He can never expect different type of fruit from different type of tree. So this material nature is arranged in such a way that every person will get result of his action. If a work or action is very nice, then he will get some enjoyable result. He will feel happy in getting that results. If someone has done some abominable act or which is actually not allowed according to law of nature, then he will get results. By getting those, he will feel uncomfortable or he will suffer from that type of result. So Krishna wants that everyone should recognize this, and as the person is responsible for his own work, he should know carefully that what to do and what not to do. And the person who knows this, he is called Arya. That's why this culture is known culture of Aryans. Aryans are the not actually caste, some caste, say quality of the persons who is really knower of the values, real values of life, and who is very responsible. And they know that what type of works we should do. So this type of activity which is Arjuna is going to do, that he is not ready to fight. Although they are the other party is ready to fight in any way, and they have done all type of abominable things towards the Pandavas. Still, Arjuna is not actually retaliating, and he is not ready to fight. So, this is not recommended in the scriptures or in the culture, Vedic culture. If someone is a Kshatriya, he should ready to fight. If someone challenge him, he should accept that challenge. So now Duryodhana has openly challenged that without fight, I will not going to give even much land which is holded by the tip of the needle. So without fighting, there is no conclusion of the. There is nothing, no chance to get any type of land which are the rightful ownership of the Pandava. So fighting is necessary. So Vedic culture recommends fight for the according to principle of religion. So this is that's why it's called Dharma Yuddha. Dharma Kshetri, Kurukshetri. And they are assembled in the Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra, and Pandavas are in the side of Dharma. Now Arjuna is declining from fight, so it's called Anarya. And Prabhupada explained the word Sri Bhagavan. Sri Bhagavan means Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavan is the word, it means who has opulence. Bhaga means opulence and Van means who possesses. So the definition of Bhagavan, the word Bhagavan is given by Parasar Muni in Vishnu Puran, that who possesses six opulences in full, 100%, unlimitedly, then he can be called the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So some type of opulence we have some beauty, some money, some intelligence, but no one can claim that we possess all riches. Even the richest person of the world, he has only a part of the riches of the whole world. He cannot claim that whole world is my property. No one can claim. And if someone claim, he is called a fool. If someone said that I am the owner of all the property of the world, then he will call mad. So only Krishna can claim because he is the actually real owner of all the property. Like that, in all the things, actual possessor or actual proprietor of anything, everything is Supreme Lord Krishna. We use for some time, then we go away, we pass away, and that thing is sometimes that thing is present, and we are not available to use that because really we are not the proprietor of the property of this material world. Although for a time period we become the proprietor, so we are false proprietor. Real proprietor is Krishna. So he is the proprietor of all things in this material world. Like that, all intelligence, all money, and all famous, all renunciate, all beautiful also. So this six type of opulence, he possesses all things in unlimited quantity. There is no lack of anything. He had unlimited, he is Ananta. There is no end of his beauty. There is no end of his money. There is no end of his intelligence. There is no end of his fame. There is no end of his renunciation. Everything he possesses in infinity. So he is really infinite person. He has everything in unlimited quantity. So if we find such a person, then we can say that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna, we get information about Krishna in the scriptures, from the scriptures, and in the scriptures, Krishna again and again is described as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Param Brahma, Param Dham, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Madidevam Ajam Vibhum. So Arjuna also confirmed this in the 10th chapter, and Prabhupada quotes many slokas from Brahma Samhita, Shrimad Bhagavatam, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ite chance kalapansa Krishna stu Bhagavan se. So in Shrimad Bhagavatam, Sutta Goswami explained all the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Then he said that actually Krishna is not a simple incarnation. He is the source of all incarnation also. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swam. Ete chance kalapansa. All others are the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Even they are non-different from Krishna. We are also part and parcel of Lord. Soul is part and parcel of the Lord. But that is separated part. Bhinna prakriti. The living entity is the marginal potency of the Lord. But the internal potency or his incarnation, they are actually non-different from Krishna. They are Krishna himself. But still, Krishna is the source and they are they depend on his potency. Lord Brahma explained about Vishnu Tattva and the Brahma Samhita that Deeparchirevi tasantram abhyupetya deepayate vivrathetu samana dharma. So if we ignite a lamp with the help of a lamp, then both lamp have same power, samana dharma. They give same type of light. But one lamp is the source lamp and others are his expansions. So like that we can Lord Brahma explained that Deeparchirevi dasantram abhyupetya deepayate vivrathetu samana dharma yasta drageva hicha vismutaya vibhati. So like that, Krishna is the actually source, igniter of all the Vishnu Tattva. Govinda Mahadi Purushottamam. So Govind, Lord Govind is the main person, or the primeval person, personality of Godhead. All other Vishnu Tattva are the incarnations. Krishna expand himself in many forms. And they are actually non-different from Krishna. So it's very difficult to understand how a person become many and they are equal to in potency, and still others are dependent on the Supreme Lord Krishna. And they are also Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Ram, Nrsimha, Vaman, Varaha, and many Vishnu Tattva deities, Karna Dakshai, Shiru Dakshai, Garbha Dakshai, they are all Krishna. But Krishna is the source and they are his expansion. That's why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One more thing Prabhupada explained, these are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but there are some more expansions in the form of Super Soul and his effulgence, Brahma Jyoti. The Brahma Jyoti and Super Soul are also part of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. They are also identical to Krishna. Like Prabhupada explained in this purport that by giving example of sun, so sun god. The sun planet, actually in Vedic science we know that sun planet is a planet and the governing deity of the sun planet Like in this earthly planet, we have many governments, and there is a in charge head of the government, prime minister or the president. Like that, in different planets, there is governing deity of that planet, and the sun planet is actually not vacant. There are many persons, many millions of persons are there, and they are actually resides on the sun planet, sun globe. Their body is made of fire. So we see that sun is coming. So sun rays is also sun. The sun globe is also sun, and the sun god is also sun. But still, sun god is the source of sun rays and sun planets. So like that, Krishna is the source of Brahma effulgence and super soul also. So Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhavaneti, Sabdati. So these three type of uh, understanding of supreme truth, absolute truth is available, and who is most advanced person, that is called Bhakta. He recognizes the Bhagavan feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the source of all other super soul feature and Brahma feature. So they both three things they are identical, but still Krishna is the source of both, and we can never we can say that Krishna effulgence is Brahma Jyoti, but Brahma Jyoti uh, cannot represent Krishna in full. It's only the part of Krishna's power, his strength, one type of potential. But Krishna is the source of all, so he represents everything. So it's also explained by Prabhupada, by giving example of one sloka of Bhagavatam. So like that, that's why Krishna is explained here as Sri Bhagavan. So we should understand clearly before understanding Bhagavad Gita that the speaker of Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary person. He is the most powerful, most beautiful, and he is the absolute truth and source of everything. That is Krishna himself. So Krishna is not an ordinary person or some ordinary demigod. He is actually the source of all the demigods. Even the Prabhupada explained that the Lord Brahma, Shiva, and even Narayan is the source of everything. And all the Vishnu Tattva deities, they comes from Lord Krishna. So Krishna is the absolute truth. In Vishnu Puran or Shrimad Bhagavatam, sometimes Krishna is explained as the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So Krishna is explained as the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, but actually, if we analyze all the scriptures, then we can know that Krishna is the source of even the Lord Vishnu himself. Lord Vishnu, there are many different type of Lord Vishnu, like Kshirodakshay Vishnu, who sleep on the Kshir Sagar, in the Kshir Sagar, on the lap of Lord Sankarshan. So he is Kshirodakshay Vishnu. One is Garbhodakshay Vishnu, who sleep on the Garbhodak Sagar, and one is Mahavishnu, from whom all the universe creates. When he takes his breath, the time period of his breath, Mahavishnu, one breath is whole life of this universe. From his force of body, all universe creates. So he is also the incarnation or expansion of Krishna. So Krishna is the source, and it's confirmed in Bhagavad Gita and in Mahabharata, in Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is the topmost Vedic scripture. Where they wrote this in his maturity. When he is not satisfied, he wrote Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam explained that Krishna is the Param Satya. He is the absolute truth, the source of everything. So Although Lord Krishna and Vishnu is identical, there is no difference in Lord Krishna and Lord Vishnu and Lord Ram and Lord Varaha, Lord Vaman, Lord Nrsimha. They are same person. So it's very difficult in this material world to understand this. How a person is, he expand himself in many forms and they are identical. There is no difference. Still, there is a difference in their activity, their mood, their special quality. Krishna has some special qualities which even Lord Vishnu and Lord Ram, they also not express these qualities. He has especially four qualities: Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Guna Madhuri, or Lila Madhuri. These four, these qualities, 64 qualities, that four qualities only Krishna possesses. No other incarnation have these qualities also. So, but they have the same person, so they have actually, but they never represent or never shows this. So Krishna is this special picture. So we can understand that the position of Lord Krishna is ultimate. So today we will stop here. Hare Krishna. Sri Prabhupada ki jai. So if you have any question, you can ask, or we will conclude here. No question?
No, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So we will recite one time Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.